I'm always banging on about stakeholder capitalism and not to confuse it with normal capitalism, which is where we are now, where you can be a one-man band, plumber, heating engineer, own a restaurant or a pub, cafe, whatever, and be the best you can be. That's a capitalist. They don't all have to be like Alan Sugar, but you can raise to the heights of Alan Sugar if you want to. I'm going to read you a tweet out here from Bernie Spofford. She's an amazing woman and one of my favourite bloggers. This is so pertinent and so for the moment I want to read it out to you because a lot of you I know on Twitter and Facebook. This is Bernie. I just can't stand this stakeholder capitalism bollocks where our governments are being controlled by NGOs, global corporations and consultants. This country is essentially run by quangos and corporates, all changing policy to suit their requirements, with consultants paid billions by us through the tax system every year, basically to mark civil servants' homework. It's a massive gravy train funded by taxpayers who receive shrinking services year on year, as governments grow even larger and even more authoritarian. None of our major problems will ever be fixed because there's too much money and profit in keeping it broken. Charities and NGOs, including migrant charities, are worth over £100 billion a year, with much of that money coming from the tax system. Their tax arrangements mean they don't even contribute to the UK like the rest of us either, and no government or party has the guts to deal with it, any of it. I am actually in a rage. And she's a pretty calm, rational businesswoman, a delicate flower, my husband describes her as, to look at, but she's got a belly full of fire and she's just like me. She cannot stand to see what's going on with the country because we are being had over at every hurdle and every obstacle. We are getting shafted. Ed Miliband is shafting us. They're lying to us. They are openly lying about basically the things that they're giving to us. No, they're not. They're taking things away from us all the time. So we have to push back. People like Bernie do an amazing job. Her research is second to none. You can't pick fault in it. She finds out what's going on. She puts it on her Twitter page and I often share it. There's a lot of people like that. And if you've got that, you've got this communication network where I've seen Bernie's post, I'll retweet that. So my followers will see it. Lilani Dowding will probably retweet it. Her followers will see it. And then you get this kind of huge nucleus of people. We did one post one day. Someone put the post out, I think it might have been James Melville. I retweeted it. Many people retweeted it. He's got 500,000 followers. By 2 hours, it had reached over 5 million people. There isn't a publication or a TV station can do that. Not in those sort of figures. So we have to remember how important social media is for gathering and sharing knowledge and use it. And then you've got the other end of the scale where that basically word of mouth recommendation is also immensely valuable at this time, because if you've got a friend who trusts you and you just have a one-to-one conversation with them or somebody on a dog walk and get talking to them about politics, show them the way. Don't overface them, just show them the way. Get them talking about politics. Because the thing is, we have to fight back now. And if you think I'm being over the top, I'm not. And if you think it's an interference in your life, it is. And it has to be, because this is a cold war with your own government. So I keep my sanity. People say, well, how do you do it day after day, reading all this stuff? I keep my sanity because whatever storm is unfolding, I expected it. It's not doing anything less than I thought. Might have done an odd few things like the winter fuel. I didn't expect that. But the thing with the EU, yeah, I expected it. Because I knew he would be like that, because he's basically told us he prefers to deal with Davos, and Davos is the overall controlling body that's basically very predominant in European politics and their policies. Now we're being handed over to a set of lunatics who actually think it's a good idea, Ursula von der Leyen, after they've spent all the taxes they've had from all these countries, they think it's a good idea to enter Europeans' bank accounts where they've saved money. and start using their money to spend on weaponry in case there's a war that they might want to instigate. Because no one's threatened Europe yet. Nobody's threatening Europe. But they're acting as though we've been threatened. We haven't. So we have to fight back, and I take solace from the fact that my mum and dad, my mum was a carefree blonde with a good figure and a big smile, and she was a great dancer, and people used to come and watch her dance at Tower Ballroom in Blackpool. We were from Blackburn. My dad, she even danced with a different bloke because my dad had 2 left feet. So my dad and my mum used to go. She had a dance partner and they used to dance. And that was her life. She was a young, carefree girl. What happened to them? I'll tell you what happened to them that they didn't expect and they didn't want and they didn't invite into their life. World War II. World War II happened to them. And this carefree young blonde ended up working in a munitions factory, and my peace-loving dad ended up driving a tank in North Africa. I'm sure he didn't have that planned. Not only that, they were separated for years. There were air raids and bombs because we had an ordnance factory where my mother worked in the town. And, you know, Grandma and Grandad were terrified in the terraced houses and often had to be evacuated. That wasn't normal life. And then rationing, what people forget is the rationing went on for at least a decade after the war. We couldn't get normal amounts of food. Rickets was second place. People had rickets and other diseases from malnutrition. They had actual malnutrition. They didn't have that planned for their life on this planet, did they? So if they can cope with that and survive it, still have a smile on their face and bring 2 kids up and buy a house and do all the other things we have to do in life, I'm bloody sure I can stick at it with this. I'm damn sure I can sit in the comfort of my own home, do a video, put it out there and hope that people respond by being more active about politics. Get involved locally. Parish council level is good. County council, local council, find out what they're going on, find out what's happening within your area and get among it. Let your voice be heard, let your opinion be heard. You can always be polite, you can't do anything about that. And together we can push back, we can do it. I don't say it lightly, I'm not a fool, I don't sit here on a nice sunny day where I could be out in my garden doing this. I sit here doing this because I believe in what we're doing and that we can have an effect. And you won't get rid of Starmer, he's still in and he's still going to do more things. But nothing's forever. Nothing is forever. And whatever he draws up can be ripped up. It's that simple if you get a willing participant. And you know where my money lies? It lies with Nigel Farage, because there's nothing else set up. There's nothing else pushing back in any way, shape or form. He's pushing back against the WHO pandemic treaty, he's pushing back against the zero targets, he's pushing back against immigration, he's pushing back against DEI, he's pushing back on all the big stuff. And not only that, managed to get a grip of 10 councils, 10 big, geographically big councils. How can you run the country when 10 councils are against the way you're going to run it and not going to be bribed by your incentives? Makes you think. Anyway, for more updates, you can follow any of my videos. They're not time sensitive generally. And never forget, all the stuff in your life that's any good, you put there, not a politician.